I'm still excited.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm still excited. I'm telling you, this will guaranteed be the worst game. Of course, I'm including the preseason and the regular season altogether, but I am fairly certain this will be the worst game that we see all season. But alas, after gosh, insane off season, training camps, OTAs, the whole nine, we are finally here, and it's like as this game is insignificant, but it carries so much significance because it's kind of like, okay, we can officially say that the football season has started, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
Everybody's starting to get their fantasy leagues together. They're sending out their emails. They're making their phone calls. People are building up their binders or fucking spreadsheets, whatever you weirdos like to do, to go the extra mile. Uh, uh, but yeah, man. I mean, it's like the Hall of Fame game is always the official kickoff, and it gets people excited. And Mark, man, this year is no different. I mean, I feel like we got a little extra razzle dazzle going into the NFL season this year.
It's definitely a big season for the Ravens because a lot of
Yeah, baby.
expectations.
There is a lot buzz going around the NFL for good reasons, bad reasons. We've got drama, we've got beef already, and we haven't even snapped the freaking football yet, man.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the NFL is always just. It's my favorite sport. It's my favorite league. That time from the end of the Super Bowl through like the draft is just slow and plodding, and then when OTAs come, suddenly like everything just goes boom, 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 and here we are.
Right,
Hall of
right.
Fame game season, pads on, people like knocking each other down. It might be guys that might not even make the XFL next season, but it's all good.
Right, right, right. Right, all right, man. Well, let's go ahead and get things started. You know how we like to start the show off. What's going on around town? It was a fun weekend here in the 410. We had a lot going on. We had our beloved birds in the building right across from each other and in the same day on Saturday, so that was exciting. The Orioles played the Yankees. Our arch rival who we hate so bad, and the birds showed up and showed out for that. So who you gonna talk about first, Ravens or the Orioles?
Uh, man, that's a tough one.
You want to do the Orioles first, and then we could just do the Ravens, and then we can kind of segue that right on into tonight's game.
Yeah, because the
How
Orioles
about
they
that?
they don't prove themselves already.
Hell yes. So our beloved Orioles, like I said, over the weekend, the Yankees came to town, and back at full strength. You know, I believe Aaron Judge saved the Orioles to make his return debut this past weekend at the Yard, and I believe it was another series win for the Orioles, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Major Keach was out there on Saturday, and in full effect, I believe that was the one game that they lost, but it was all good. It was all good. We had great pitching. We had great hitting. Um, the one takeaway that I have from this series, it's about the Yankees,
Really?
dude. It's really about the Yankees. Okay. Um, Aaron Judge was in the lineup Friday and Saturday. Okay. Um, Saturday they beat us. Okay. Friday. Okay, let me just start with Friday. Friday we beat them. It wasn't like a really bad shellacking. It was a respectable game. Saturday they beat us. Like they beat us down.
Yeah.
Okay, and as I was sitting out there watching the game, you know, I I recognized that Aaron Judge was a big part of their offense.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it made me think back to Friday's game, which was a little closer, but Aaron Judge's production wasn't as high as it was on Saturday. Okay, you following me?
Okay.
Now, let's go to Sunday. Aaron Judge was not in the lineup, and we in turn beat them down.
Yeah.
On national TV. Thank you, ESPN, for the love. So, my takeaway from that, having, watched all 3 games, went out there on Saturday, you know what I mean? It just makes you wonder. It doesn't even make you wonder. I'm just gonna say this as an absolute 100% fact. In order for the Yankees to be successful, Aaron Judge has got to be on and healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
And, we just went through this whole, trade. There were a lot of trade deadline, all this craziness, all this hullabaloo. And a lot of people were looking for the Yankees to make a splash, especially in regards to offensive production, and it was not done. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know how you feel about that.
Oh yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So it just makes you wonder: is this going to be the first season where the Yankees do not make it to the playoffs in I don't know how many freaking years? And the way that they are going, they are not going to make it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's last week we had speculation, this, that, and the third. I am looking at them now as a team, especially having not made any moves. I believe that it's the inevitable.
Yeah, and there's still a team above 500. The NL or the AL East, as everyone knows, toughest division in baseball.
It's stacked every freaking season. It's tight, man. It's tight.
The odds are it's going to send 3 teams to the playoffs, 2 wild cards. And the Yankees are at the bottom of the division, so it's kind of easy to see.
I mean, real talk. The freaking Red Sox are even trending upwards more so than the Yankees.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've got to be looking at this. If you're a part of that organization, if you're in that club, if you're a fan of that team, as, we're just going to pack it in at this point. I mean, that's just how I feel.
Yeah. I got some Yankee fan friends on my Facebook feed, and
What's up?
They're not too happy with the season. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I had to throw them in. We always talk about the underachievers, right? Every season, the teams that we were like, dude, everybody was talking about them. We were talking about them, and they just didn't pan through. Mets with the WTF. Let's just throw all of New York in one bundle.
I believe that's our next series too.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point now where we can go ahead and throw the Yankees on in there with the group of underachievers for the season.
Oh yeah.
And the term that I've been kind of throwing around to my Yankee fans, my friends that are Yankee fans. We're living in the upside down, dude. I'm just gonna keep saying it until the season is over with. I mean, we're on top, they're on the bottom. This is great, though. It's absolute. It's fantastic. I couldn't have written it any better if you were an Oriole fan.
I think the season might be over for them already to the fans bias.
Right.
And, I mean, not to make light of any kind of situation, but the team has other pending difficulties right now. I don't know if you heard, but a pitcher, he left the team for pretty much the rest of the season.
Who?
Oh God, who was it? But he entered rehab, so it's good on the Yankees that they're taking care of him. It kind of sucks that that has to happen.
Pitcher, like rehab. Shit, alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol. Is this guy? Oh, Jermaine. Oh, Domingo Jermaine. Oh, wow. I did not hit. Oh man.
Yeah.
Isn't that the cherry on top to a clusterfuck season?
Yeah, it's just one of those things that to a fan it tells them, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. I hope Jermaine.
Yeah, I mean, and they had problems with Severino too. I mean, and these were supposed to be guys that were supposed to be, doing the damn thing on the mound.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, alcohol treatment. Oh man.
Good luck to him. You know, it's a
Yeah, I
dream.
hate to hear shit like that. You
Yeah.
know, like I mean, honestly, even at them being part of the evil empire,
Yep.
you never want to hear anything like that. You know, we never take pride in anyone else's struggles unless they're Republican. But I'm kidding, you guys. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm not.
But yeah, yeah. So wow, that's a biggie. That's a
Yeah.
biggie for them, man. But you know, we were talking about the lack of movement with the New York Yankees, as far as trades are concerned. We were taking care of business here in the 410. I feel like, you know, a lot of people were saying, you know, the one missing piece would be to add another pitching stud to the roster because we have the closers, we have the fielding, we have the hitting. You know, we just needed that one little piece. So the Orioles, you know, what's my man's name? Mike Elias. Is it
Yeah.
Mike Elias? Mike. Yep. Says, you know what? Let me reach into my bag of tricks and me holler at the St. Louis Cardinals, and we got Jack Flaherty, pitcher. A lot of people were very excited about him joining the Orioles and said this might be the thing to do it. We, you know, another in this stretch of games, you guys, they're so important. We talked about this last week. We just had a series against the New York Yankees. Now we're going through a series against the Toronto Blue Jays. These are all divisional. Every win is just so important. Mark just explained that, you know, we could be sending 3 teams, you know, those other 2 teams, because the Orioles are going to be a lock. They're really going to be scrapping it out. And, you know, the Toronto Blue Jays are feeling like they got a pretty good chance too, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And, you know, we took care of business again, another series win for the Orioles. But I want to talk about today. It was a day game, 3 p.m., and it was the debut of our new pitcher, Flaherty, who took the mound. Okay, he was up against Kevin Gosman, who we all know and love to hate. We know him very well. He's been doing fantastic ever since he's gone up north and crossed the border. And you know, Mark, I got to tell you, I did not know what I was expecting going into this matchup. Okay, you know, I always like to check the lines to see, you know, what people are thinking off the top. And, you know, with Kevin Gossman on the mound, Flaherty making his first start on a new team, you know, and it was as you would expect. Heavy favorite. Orioles big underdog, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And, dude, Jack Flaherty went out there and seriously tossed a gem. Okay, just off the top, the Orioles did win the game, 6-1. I believe Flaherty went either 6.5. It's between 6 or 7 scoreless innings. He did fantastic. I mean, I can say that, you know, dude exceeded expectations. You know, and he made a statement off the top. Look, I'm here to help you guys win and to take us to the next level. And I got to tell you, Mark, like after watching him pitch, I am like all the more excited, and I feel like, you know, our chances to make the big series, the big games, have gotten that much better, yo. Like seriously, not even being a freaking homer. Like I mean, going into this matchup, you're going up against Kevin Gosman, you're expecting a tight, tough game. I mean, straight up.
Yeah.
And this guy basically held it down. And we all know that Toronto Blue Jays is one of the best offensive teams in the league. Not in the American League, in the league.
Yeah.
But, you know, that is one lineup that you don't want to face. And, you know, Flaherty was just out there dealing, man, and it just got me so much more excited for what's to come.
And I think back to a year ago, and Toronto had our number last year. And I know we've done really good against them
Yes,
this
you know
year.
how many Toronto tears has made your cheeks cry, dude? Seriously.
And we've done really good against them this year, but just that extra piece with Flaherty, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's working. It's really working.
Let me.
Okay, yeah. Here
Let,
we go. 6 innings pitched, one earned run. Excuse me, one earned run. That he is responsible for the sole run that they scored. But man, it looks like 8 Ks. So it's good. It was a good game, man. Good game.
let me put this forward. So it used to be a saying back in the day. Flaherty. A lot of people welcomed him, but some people like poo-pooed on the decision and everything. It used to be saying back in the day, trust in Ozzie. Ozzie retired from the Ravens.
Hell yeah.
And trust in DaCosta hasn't really, felt
we haven't
right.
been. Let's be real. We haven't been saying it.
But trust in Elias, 1,000%. Like Mike Elias gets the job done.
Yes. And when people were screaming for Hyde to be on the block, on the hot seat, myself included.
Yeah.
He stayed the course. He's been, oh man, I mean, he's just really put something together really special. And I'm not just saying it because I'm here. I mean, I'm actually watching it, man. Like, and everybody's starting to recognize. So this is just fantastic, yo.
And,
fantastic.
I know we've talked about it before, but like we'll watch Sports Center or something like that, and they'll show the Orioles, which we haven't seen that before. But I was watching a promo for like TBS game or whatever.
Yeah,
and I know
TBS they showing us, baby.
I know TBS plays the Astros next week. Orioles play Astros on TBS next week.
Yes.
But in the promo, they were showing other teams, and Orioles were all over it.
Yeah, and they're starting to do it on ESPN too. You know, I mean, like I said, you have to. There's no choice but to recognize this. I mean, what were we talking at the beginning of the season? What was the over under 68 games? Okay, total for the year. Guess where we're at right now? 67, yo.
67. Damn.
67, and we still got a whole month and a week of baseball to play. I mean, we are crushing expectations. Not only are we crushing these predictions, I'm saying it, this is going to be the new phrase here at Jabo. We got the AL in the Kung Fu grip. We are not letting go. We just had another 4-game series against a divisional opponent. Mark and I talked about this last week, and we took 3 of 4 games from the Blue Jays. We are not messing around, and you got to recognize that, Joey. Nobody is going to want to see the Orioles in the postseason. Isn't that crazy just to say that shit out your mouth? Like, it's crazy, dog. It's crazy. All right, so look, enough about the Orioles, because I could do this all night, just like Captain America. I could do this all day. But let's talk about the Ravens.
Yeah.
That like I said, offense. If you were in the 410 on Saturday, if you managed to stay downtown, you were in for a special treat, because Saturday the Ravens kicked off all the fun, the sports fun in the 410. They had their annual open camp day down at the bank, and I feel like this was something new this year. Like, you had to actually have a ticket. I don't ever remember having to have a ticket to go to that, because I've gone to those things before. Have you gone to? I feel like. Have you gone to one? Have I met you out there once?
Was it a free ticket?
It's free, but you had to actually have a ticket where they stand. Like, my homeboy hit me up the night before, like, yo, I'm trying to go down there. You trying to go? And he emailed me this ticket. I'm like, yo, I don't ever remember actually having to have a ticket to go to the.
I've gone down there. I haven't met you, but I have gone down there before.
Okay.
And I think that was definitely pre-pandemic, but I think maybe they did it last year. I don't remember.
Okay. Maybe that's a pandemic thing, because this is my first time going since then.
Yeah.
Since that. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of weird. But anywho, it was 1,000 degrees out there, joint. People were out there dropping like flies. I'm going to tell you real quick, go just a bit outside real fast to tell you a story. So I'm out there with my buddy. It's it's 12:45, 1 o'clock. So, it's safe drinking time. It's 1 o'clock. It's after 12, and I am standing in line, and like I am tossing. It's like the angel and the devil on each fucking shoulder. Okay, one's like, go ahead. You only live once. Whatever happens. Get that beer. And the other one is telling me like, Keish, you're no longer a spring chicken, and it's hot as hell out here. I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm going back and forth. I'm standing in line. I go to look at my buddy, and this lady that was standing right next to him just dropped.
No way.
Like, yo, dog, I took that shit as a sign from God. I bought 3 bottles of water. But, I mean, that's how it was, though. I mean, people were just dropping because it was just so unbelievably hot.
Damn.
And if you've ever been to Ravens Stadium, like that first floor, that first level with, all the concessions and everything,
yeah,
it can get a little hot in there. There's like some, I was thinking to myself, like, yo, there's like a ventilation issue because it was just so obnoxiously hot down there. And, of course, it was a practice, so really only the first level was really open.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it was obscene, man, and people were just dropping like flies out there. So, yeah, man, I chose nonviolence and went with the bottled waters, which actually was a good look. I got some bottled water and some Dippin' Dots.
And some Dippin'
Dots. Good look. Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, while you're on that tip about the hot days and going down there, I used to work downtown, not too far from Oriole Stadium. Shout out to the hustlers that are always out there on game days with the bottles of water.
Oh man, hell yeah,
man!
Shout out to Mr. Ice Cold.
Ice Cold, yep.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ice cold water.
Yeah, everyone knows him.
Yes.
Those guys
Mr. Ice Cold, he actually goes to my gym.
Does he?
It's so crazy, yes. And that dude's like a freak of nature. He's so small, but he's like I don't even know, like an Avenger. Like he's so freaking strong, and I guess you'd have to be out there slinging waters and doing all that. But like, yo, he's an insane gym rat. He goes right down to the Planet Fitness down there on Lombard.
Nice.
And I see him all the time. It's him and this other guy. He's got a gym buddy. Both of them are like freaking jacked. And I know Mr. Ice Cold's got to be well into his 50s.
Yeah. He's been doing it a long time.
Yeah, but that brother is jacked. Shout out to Mr. Ice Cold. Everybody from the 410 knows who he is, man. Everybody.
Any event that's down there. Like I remember the anime convention that used to be down there. He was out there right there. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Hell yeah, and he must do well, man, because, I don't know if I'm doing anything else for real. My man just be chilling.
Yeah.
But back to the Ravens, though. Yeah, so, we all came down to the bank to check out the new look Ravens. They had about 25,000 in attendance, so that was almost a little bit less than half capacity. But a major turnout for practice. Of course, there's been a lot of buzz about, Odell Beckham Jr. joining the Ravens. Everybody wanted to come out and see him. Of course, I think this might be the one time where I can honestly say that there was one player out there generating more buzz than LJ8, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And man, excuse me, you can tell that Odell has become, he's getting acclimated to the 410, fairly quickly, man. I mean, he was out there. I mean, he was moving nonstop. I was kind of like concerned for him myself because I'm like, dude, it's so hot out here, and this dude is just not. He was just going from sideline to sideline. I mean, like really end zone to end zone, really giving fans a lot of love. And Lamar does a good job with that, right? He always interacts with fans. He's great.
Oh, yeah.
He's kind, but Lamar is always so chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, he does not have that Ray Lewis kind of personality, or that T-Sizzle personality. You understand what I'm getting at here?
Yeah, I mean he's a great player, but he's not like that intense kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo.
He chill.
Odell Beckham is going to have people fighting at the bank. Okay, he has got. I mean, I am looking at how infectious he is. I am looking at how people are just taking on the energy and putting it back out into the universe. I feel sorry for my homeboy Daddy, who works security down at the bank, and everybody that I know. I'm pretty sure Jana's like sitting back home like, yep, I'm so glad I'm out of there. But there are going to be hella fights at the bank. I am predicting it. Hella fights, because this dude Odell Beckham was getting people jacked up. I mean, he was seriously getting people jacked up. And, you know, when you come here to the 410 and you fully embrace the culture, man, these people be out here ready to die for you, yo. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's insane. All my man had to do was get on that mic and say, Doug, and say dummy, and a couple of other Baltimore slangs, yo, like, and he did it again on Saturday. He was literally on the sideline. Somebody asked him to say, you know, everybody in the 410 wants you to say, what's up, dummy? And he was, yo, he did it. He was like, you know, what's up, dummy? And you could tell how much fun that he was having with the fans and the effect of it. Like, yo, the energy level. I mean, to me, it was the most lit practice that I've ever gone to, and I've gone to at least 6 of those things.
That's
at
awesome.
least 6 or 7.
Hell yeah.
And so when that first snap goes down at the first home game at the back of the regular season, oh my God. I don't know if I'll be able to be there. I'm going to try my damnedest. But it's crazy, man. I mean, he really does give, you know, like Ray Lewis type vibes. I mean, there's only one only Ray Lewis. Okay, we'll never see anybody that hype, I don't think, in our lives. Yeah. And not in our lifetimes. But, you know, I mean, he has his own way of doing things, and it has the same effect, yo. That's my point. You know, it was really nice to just see that out there. It was really nice to see him actually taking time to, and really cool on the coaching staff's part too, because really he's supposed to be out there working, and it just really looked like they gave him free range for the day. And, you know, I have to say, like, Mark, is a good move. It was a smart move. You know, let this guy, you know, feel the love. Because, you know, we totally embrace our home team here.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And I felt like it was just a brilliant move on part of coaching. Like, yo, to give him the free range to roam about and, you know, mix it up with the fans. And I really feel like he did more mixing up with fans than drills, you know. But I mean, I just really thought it was a good look.
OBJ is a personality. You got to let him free.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, it makes him want to play. It makes him want to stay here, you know. And I also feel like, you know, Lamar is all for it. Why? It takes some of the pressure off of him.
Hell yeah.
He's been under the microscope for over a season and a half, and you know, I'm going to go ahead and be honest. You know, a lot of Rays, you know, I'm not going to say a lot, but, you know, more than to be expected, treated him unkindly recently.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, like I said, it was an absolute brilliant move. They're thinking ahead. They're thinking about the intangibles. They're thinking about cohesiveness and everything like that. They're thinking about the big picture. Man, it works. It was working.
Yeah.
It was working, dude. It was working.
So
yeah.
The professor is on the YouTube chat this night, and
hey, what's up? What's up, Harry? What's up, baby?
We were talking about or you know, I'd mentioned the in Ozzy we trust earlier.
Yeah.
And he said, I always trusted Eric. Harbaugh still need to go.
Well, you know, if they win this year, he'll once again be saved by the quarterback and you know, and now the super awesome wide receiver. You know, like, yeah, we used to that here. You know, we know the cock and bull song and dance whole thing. We know what's up. We know what's up, and you know, he's probably thanking his lucky stars too.
Oh yeah.
Everybody fucking makes out from this thing. Okay, everybody does.
So
Because he could have rightfully been on the dang hot seat. I was completely over his. I still am too. I am too. But do what you do.
was he like the third most tenured coach in the NFL now?
Yeah, they pulling that, which I don't believe in. I mean, but they doing that Pittsburgh Steelers trash where you just want to keep the same person. You know, I'm not saying that my man over in Pittsburgh didn't deserve it because he was Mike Tomlin was a great coach.
Yeah.
But everybody can't do that, yo. Everybody cannot do that. And I do stand by what I said, at the beginning of this year, beginning of the off season, or I guess when we acquired Odell Beckham. Now, for real, the microscope is really going to be off of Lamar Jackson and on to John Harbaugh, because now you have all of the pieces. You really have no excuse to be out here, one, making dumb decisions, two, coming up with with a real deal in regards to fourth down, because fourth down was like a shake it up, roll the dice type of deal last year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you really have to manage an NFL game week in and week out. There's no excuses. There's no excuses.
I love when teams go for it on fourth down, don't get me wrong, but there's times to take the 3 points.
I mean, dude, it was so bad last year when they started lining up for fourth down. Like, you didn't even know what to say. You didn't know if you wanted to be like, hell yeah, or oh my God. And to me, that's worse than being one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the inconsistency and the not knowing. Oh, and then when it did go bad, it went so bad, Mark.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was at the point where you had to put up with me. I was screaming, stop doing this shit. Don't ever go on fourth. I was actually screaming that. Don't ever go on fourth down ever again. We've got the greatest kicker and the greatest of all time. Like, what are you doing? So, All right, so that's my little Ravens rant. Thanks for coming to my quiche talk.
So,
we got any other comments online? Is anybody feeling me out there today?
Okay, actually, this is perfect because this is exactly where I was going to go with this.
Okay.
Harry says, what do you all think about the Dobbins situation? Do you know about the Dobbins situation?
Yes. Okay. Now, this was another interesting takeaway. All right. Okay, so actually, let's do it this way because some people might not know. Mark, you want to kind of just give them like a little overview?
Yeah, I turned on Pro Football Talk this morning, and they were talking about how Harbaugh said during a press conference that JK came to him and they had a man-to-man talk, and Dobbins' injury is one that's hard to come back from, right? And they feel he's healthy, they feel he's ready, but it's something that unsure on how to come back from. And the guys straight up on Pro Football Talk said this is only the kind of injury that can get better with a contract extension.
Oh shit! Okay, now. So we know what that means when you make a comment like that, right?
Yeah.
This might be the real deal. When people were threatening about Lamar Jackson, this might actually be the real deal, right? Okay. And so this is what I'm gonna say about this. J.K. Dobbins was out there on Saturday. Okay? But he wasn't suited up, but he was out there also, mixing it up more so with the teammates than the fans, but, clearly trying to make a presence known, made, or whatever. So, I take that as it's not like he don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he wants to be there because I don't think he really had to be there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying about that? But also at the same time, now let's go back to last week. What were we talking about with these running backs?
Oh yeah, and
This the power struggle. This the power trip thing.
Yeah.
We might have our own, our own running back situations. We did. Who's the guy that we picked up? God, we talked about it last week.
Yeah, I can't remember that.
Shit. Jeez, he's kind of old too. I remember telling you, like, I'm on the fence about that. I just need JK to I need these guys to. Well, the bottom line is, hopefully, something will get done. Probability of that happening by week 1. I mean, what do you think, yo? I can't even call it.
It's tough, yeah. Melvin Gordon.
I mean, especially with the climate with the running backs right now, like it's.
Melvin Gordon is the kid you were thinking of.
What'd you say?
Melvin Gordon's who you were thinking of.
Yes. Melvin Gordon.
Plus, we got the rookie, Keaton Mitchell, Justice Hill, Gus Edwards. Like,
hey, I mean, I guess 4 running backs equal a JK, right? I'm just saying. But but probability of. Yeah. What do you think?
I
Outsiders, you can comment too. Feel free. Go ahead.
You go back to the draft that JK was picked up in. It was a surprise pick. A lot of people were like, "What?" I mean, had a lot of questions about him. But if you go back to that show, I was hyped on JK from day one.
Yes, you were.
And we talked about it last week. And right after our show, the Giants got the deal done with Saquon. I think the Ravens would be smart to get a deal done with JK. Like, he did a lot of great things last year. Yeah, he got that injury. But I
said, 4 running backs equaling a 1 JK.
Exactly.
I mean, the math ain't math, and y'all need to recognize.
Yep.
Seriously. I got to agree with you on that. I mean, I really hope, but like I said, again, judging from the climate, though, it's really hard to be concrete in my feelings about it.
Yeah.
And we also know that the Ravens have no problem letting people go.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, we'll definitely be keeping our eye out on that. But, I mean, I think we're all in agreement that we'd be a better squad with him on the team.
100%.
All right. Let's talk about tonight's game. Hall of Fame game. Well, we got 2 booty huff squads. I don't care that they have Jets have Aaron Rodgers. Got the Browns and the Jets, right? Is that what's popping?
Browns and Jets.
All right, so set to go down in about 15 minutes?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about it. I mean, we all know what it is. We have. I'm going to go ahead and say, can we say that Deshaun Watson, I mean, I know he played a few games last season, but can we say that he's still new to the team? They got a new quarterback. Can we say that?
I think he'll always be new to the Browns.
So, we got that. And, these guys aren't going to be playing, 4 games tonight. But, we're still going to talk about them. And we all know about all the greatness of Mr. Darkness coming to the Jets, Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of, buzz with that, and rightfully so. Man, I mean, what are you looking at as far as, what are you expecting from these 2 squads this season?
This season? Man.
Yeah.
I mean, the Browns would be Brownsing. And go back to when Aaron Rodgers got picked up by that Jets. I said the Jets were still the Jets, and they're still going to be trash. I mean, they're not in the toughest division anymore. It used to be. But you still got the Bills, you still got Miami, and you still got the Patriots. There's no way the Jets are going to do any good.
Yeah. And it looks like everybody else, with the exception of Bill Belichick might be assassinating old Mac Jones there. Everybody's back at full strength, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so, so I want to talk about the Jets coach. We got to do it because there's been some recent drama as with some comments being made about Nathaniel Hackett. Okay, which he came from the Broncos, your team, right? That's your squad.
Yeah, and he's the offensive coordinator now for the Jets.
Okay, offensive coordinator. Yeah, and so you got a new offensive coordinator, you got a new quarterback. A lot of people were not happy with the job that he did in Denver. Can I ask you this, Mark? Do you think he got a raw deal there? Because I don't know if I'm just being a little sympathetic or a little emotional right now, because I feel like he did.
It's tough to say. Like, was he there 2 seasons or was it just 1 even?
That's why I'm calling it part of it's part of it being a raw deal.
But he made some really questionable decisions that had you just scratching your head. Like, even more than John Harbaugh going for it on 4th down. Like,
really,
man, I feel like if he had made some solid football decisions but still lost, maybe he wouldn't have gone next.
Okay. So now you come to, to me, an even more high-profile situation because you're now dealing with Aaron Rodgers, who has proven to be a handful. Okay. I just, you're not looking for them to make much of a splash this season.
No. I think they'll get a nice little burn first half of the season. Rodgers will make a difference, and then they'll just settle into being the Jets.
All right, that's fair. Let's talk about these comments though about Hackett.
Harry gave his pick.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Harry gave his pick. He says the Jets will finish behind the Bills in the AFC East. Does that mean second place? Damn.
That's bold.
And the Browns will finish third behind the Ravens
Bengals.
and Bengals.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
And again, another upside down situation. Pittsburgh is, everybody's expecting them to finish in last.
Yeah.
I don't know when the last time that's happened. So, I think that's fair. Of course, I'm not trying to rain on the Jets fans parade and everything. Yo, be excited that you have an experienced, talented quarterback of the caliber of Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Okay, like seriously, yes, you deserve to paint the town green. All you want, but I would be very wary of setting your expectations too high. Reality of it also is that Aaron Rodgers is at the end of his career.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, yes, we have seen quarterbacks, Tom Brady, at the end of his career do great and amazing things, but I think we can say at this point that Tom Brady's a freaking anomaly, right?
Yeah.
And there were so many other pieces surrounding that, which is not happening with the Jets. So I would be weary if I was a Jets fan to expect any type of major change this season. Clearly with Harry's comment, there are some people out there that believe in anything is possible during an NFL season. One player going down could completely change the outlook for a squad, right? But I would just be wary of setting that bar a little too high.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. That being said, okay, so Hall of Fame game. It's basically the shitstorm game of the preseason. We're gonna do these picks. We got to pick one, okay? Who you going with tonight, Mark?
I just hope that field is holding up well, because remember a couple years ago they couldn't even play the damn game. You're gonna have Aaron Rodgers on the sidelines. He was excited about wearing headphones. He's gonna be on the headset talking to Zach Wilson. So for that reason alone, I'll give the Jets the edge tonight.
Okay. All right. Okay. Guys, let me tell you why the Jets are going to lose today. Because it's the same freaking team that was out there. I'm not as far as like I'm not talking about the first stringers, of course, but I'm talking about the rest of the team.
Yeah.
I mean, these are pretty much the same guys, and they stink. Okay, so for that reason only, I'm going with the Browns. I gotta go with the Browns. Like, I mean, it's just like I don't know why. That was really cute with the Aaron Rodgers and the headphones and anything, but I just don't. They're not going. Major Keys is an easy money pick. Take the Browns on the money line. Not even the spread. I think they're like 2-point underdogs. That was the last time we checked. But if you want to go the south route, go ahead and take them on the points. Also, another easy money pick for tonight. I believe that the total points is like 33.5 or something like that. Pick the under. There's overwhelming evidence that every Hall of Fame game, like, I don't know, it's like between 60 and 75% are low scoring.
Yeah.
And it's because of who's taking the field. And I'm telling you, tonight it should not be any different. I mean, I'm very confident in those two picks. Those will be the ones to jam with tonight. So, Mark says Jets. I say the Browns. But can we both agree on the under, on the points?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
My man.
I think the biggest loser in all of this is us NFL addicts for having to watch this crap because we're
still going to watch it. We're going to waste 3 hours of our lives. That was great. We are the biggest losers.
Ooh. Harry says the Jets will win because they have more people trying to make the team. Browns' sucky team is basically set.
That's a good point too, though.
Yeah.
I still refuse to believe it. Okay, so I want to wrap things up because I want to be able to watch this crap. But really quickly before we sign off, we got to talk about the women's national team for a few minutes.
Yeah.
What the WTF is going on with the women's national team? I mean, we spent two shows hyping everybody up that was listening for this three-peat, and now I am like, I do not know. I do not know. That last game against Portugal, I had some nicely manicured fingernails. I have mangled my shit watching that draw.
Really?
I'm serious. At frickin' 3:00 in the morning. It was horrible. And then, you're like dead the next day.
This whole Women's World Cup has been wild. Like, today, at least the USA women made it to the round of 16. I jump on work this morning. I got 6 a.m., throw on Fox, and Germany is like getting eliminated by Korea. Germany was my pick to be like the maybe second of the U.S. What the hell, man?
Doc, I was thinking about everything that we were saying, and I'm like, we might as well just thrown countries in a hat and pull out the names and be better. But just to kind of take you on a little journey of what the team has been doing, we had the first group match against Vietnam. We won that game pretty convincingly, 3-0. I mean, I was expecting more goals. You remember me, Mark and I, we talked about that, which kind of gave me a little feeling in my stomach. And then the next game was against, was it the Netherlands?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, now that team, when I watched that game, they got some big ass women on that team. Seriously, I felt like they was undercover NFL agents or something. Like, I mean, they looked like they were bigger than us at every matchup, every position. It was like insane. Okay, But the U.S. managed to that ended in a draw. Okay, and people at the end of that match was like, "Yo," then the feeling started to grow, right?
Yeah.
Then we had this game against Portugal. Everybody's going out. Everybody's getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, we're going to win on Tuesday. And we barely pulled out the draw there. And now I am left with a really bad feel in my stomach because, like, dog, I watched them. And you know what it made me feel like? Like the team, what I felt like I was watching a repeat of?
What's that?
Boston Celtics, Game 7.
Oh, damn.
Like, the energy hasn't really been there for real. I just feel like they're lacking that zhuzh, that fire. I mean, even in the last matchup against Portugal, you could tell that the coach it was like a desperation move because the United States was down for a good part of the game and didn't score to tie it up until like the second half.
Yeah.
And what they really wanted to do was to win because, in the World Cup, goals are points and it matters and it factors into all that other crap. So, they really wanted to win. They did not want the draw, even though the draw would have advanced into the next round. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a sense of like desperation, you even put like Rapinoe in at the end, who had not really been seeing too much this World Cup, which I understand. She's kind of at the end of her career too. But they just could not get anything solid and consistent going. And this, outside of the 3-0 ass whipping to Vietnam, which should have been an ass whipping, like this is what I feel like I've been missing from our current squad out there, y'all.
Oh yeah.
We got our next game is Saturday.
Sunday.
I'm sorry, Sunday against. Do you have that?
Sweden.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Sweden. Let me go over who they beat in the group stages.
Yes. So they're really going to come with it. Like this chillaxing performance that I've been seeing. They can't do that because really they could be seriously on their way out the door. I mean, what I've been seeing right now, they're not going to be able to win another World Cup with this type of effort. Yeah. And it just pains me to really say that.
I mean, Sweden, they're all kind of Nordic, just like Netherlands, right? They might have some big girls.
Yeah, they're going to have some big girls out there too, shorty.
They beat South Africa Game 1 2-1. They beat Italy 5-0 Game 2.
That's a notable. That's one that you circle. That's a big one.
And they beat Argentina 2-0.
That's another big one. Formidable opponents and rightful solid ass whippings.
That's gonna be a tough game.
Like I said, they're going to come with it, man. I don't know what they got to do. Maybe go out there and smoke some of that New Zealand bud. I don't know. So just got to do something, dog. Like, got to shake it up somehow because, like I said, the current effort ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really shaking it up this year in this year's World Cup, which makes it really exciting. Because, like we said, I mean, some of our picks are no longer in existence right now. So, leaves the door open for a lot of fun. Yeah. So, I don't know if I hit everything on the menu. Man, you got anything you wanna get in before we sign off for the night?
Let's see. Harry says they'll figure it out, but just like in basketball, the rest of the world has caught up. So yeah, the women.
Hey, that's real talk. We can always count on the professor to be dropping the knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah, my man.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna call it a night.
Call it a night.
My man, all right. You know how we end this show? Baltimore spread love, yo. You already know, we say wash your hands, wash that booty. And want you guys to have a great weekend. I'm Keisha. On the other end of the line is my favorite slice of pizza, Mark. And we are just a bit outside. Peace.